So we'll start with a slab. You want to get yourself a nice slab, appropriately, with the appropriate thickness for the dish that you're using. I'm going to use this simple bisque mold, and I'll put some texture into my slab. One of the textures that I really like is I take an old gift card and I hole punch the end of it, and I go all the way across. And so what you have is something like this. So it's sort of a wavy kind of line. And then let's take this slab and give it a little squirt of water just so that it has a little bit of a film, like a little bit of a greasy film. And you can take your rib tool, take your new rib tool that you just made, and give yourself some nice wavy texture lines. So you have this big, beautiful slab. So I'm going to take this slab and I'm going to use it to make my dish. And things like this look great, in low fire they look great with like a nice opaque or mostly opaque thin slip on top of them with a beautiful alkaline glaze on top. It's really, really nice. One of the reasons why I really like working with hump molds is because you have immediate access to the bottom of the dish. So I can build the foot right into the dish right now, and then the whole thing dries at the same time. And that's part of why I use the hump mold versus a slump mold, where you slump your dish into the mold, into the inside of the mold, and then you have to let it dry in order to pull it out. And then you still have to deal with the foot, and you have to sort of find a way to take that dish and place it so you're not going to squish it and attach your foot on it, and then it has to dry again. So I always feel like this way I'm killing two birds with one stone. I'm drying the dish and I'm drying the foot all at the same time. Now I'm sort of erasing that foot again. Okay, soften this out, and you'll often see me just taking my pouncing pad and just going over the very, very edge of this. And again, it's just because it's sharp, and I like the way this looks when I hit that edge just a little bit, and the clay folds over ever so gently. I like that little spot. It also is a visual cue for myself to tell me where to start and stop my terra sigillata decoration. So, there's no need to wax or latex or anything like that. It's just like, it's very easy. It starts and stops there. So I like that, and I like those little bits and pieces that are sort of left there. And I only take them off when it looks like this one I'll take off. It looks like it might chip off later after it's been fired. So I'm going to let this set up now, and once it's ready, I'll pop it off for you. So this dish, because of how it came off the mold, has a little bit of a line all the way around the interior, about a quarter to a half an inch down. So I've got to take that off, and that is from this part of the mold right here, that sharp line. So it's actually nice because, once again, it's given, I have a perfect line to follow.